You live one life, one chance, one shot. But how will your soul remember this time? Not by what you owned, not by what you wore, not by what you said on social media. Your soul remembers moments. Moments of courage, moments of kindness, moments of truth. Your soul remembers how you loved, not how much you liked it. Remembers when you chose to stand alone, to speak truth, to hold your grounded. Remembers the nights you stayed awake, wrestling with yourself, choosing who to be. Your soul remembers pain, because pain shapes you. Pain teaches you, pain frees you, but it doesn't remember pain the way you think. It remembers how you survived, how you grew, how you became more. Your soul remembers the battles you fought inside, not the battles you fought for show. It remembers when you were honest, even when lies were easier, when silence was safer. Your soul remembers the sacrifices, not the victories, because sacrifice means you gave, not to get, but to be better. It remembers the people you lifted, not the ones you crushed, because the true measure of life is not what you take, but what you give. Your soul remembers when you chose virtue over convenience, courage over comfort, depth over distraction. It remembers the quiet mornings and moments of stillness, the times you looked inward instead of outward. Your soul remembers the things unseen, because those are the things that last, the moments you forgave, not because they deserved it, but because you needed peace, the moments you stayed true when everything tempted you to run. Your soul remembers your character, your choices, your integrity, not your fame, not your applause, not your applause, because those fade. But your soul does not. Your soul is the story you tell yourself about who you really are. And that story is written every day, with every action, with every word, with every thought. So ask yourself, what story are you writing today? Are you writing a story of courage, of kindness, of strength, of resilience? Or are you writing a story of fear, of selfishness, of weakness, of regret? Your soul is watching, waiting, remembering. What will it remember about you? Will it remember a person who lived with purpose, or one who drifted through life? Will it remember someone who built bridges, or someone who burned them? Will it remember a soul that fought, or a soul that fled? This moment is your chance to choose your legacy, because your soul doesn't judge by success. It judges by authenticity, by how fully you showed up, how honestly you faced yourself. So stand up now, look in the mirror, and ask yourself the hardest question: what will my soul remember me for? And then live like your soul is listening, because it is. Life moves fast, days blur into years. Opportunities slip through your fingers, but your soul doesn't forget. It holds on to the moments that defined youth, moments you chose to act when it would have been easier to stay silent, the moments you gave, when no one was watching, the moments you forgave, when bitterness whispered louder. These are the moments. Your soul will replay. Long after the noise fades, the soul remembers the fight, not the trophies. It remembers the scars, not the medals. It remembers the heart, not the status, and it knows when you settled for less than you could be, when you hid behind masks or pretended to be someone else, when you chose comfort over truth, when you traded growth for ease. Your soul doesn't care about your excuses. It cares about your courage. It wants to see you rise, even if you fall again and again, because falling isn't failure. Failure is giving up on yourself. Your soul honors the struggle, the wrestling, the fight to become better. It honors the pain that changed you, not the pain that defeated you. It honors the love you gave freely, not the love you demanded. It honors the life you lived with intention, no matter how small, no matter how quiet, because greatness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the small choices, repeated daily waking up early, choosing kindness, holding your temper, doing the right thing. When no one's watching, your soul will remember those choices. Even if the world forgets, it will remember the person who showed up. When it was easier to walk away, the one who spoke up. When silence was safer, the one who loved when fear told them not. To your soul is your true self, the you beyond the masks, beyond the roles, beyond the noise. It's the part of you that is eternal, that carries your story beyond this life's. So live in a way that honors it. Live boldly. Live honestly. Live with heart. Because your soul is always watching, always remembering, and when your time here ends, it will carry one truth: what you did, who you loved, how you lived. That is your legacy. That is what lasts, not the money, not the fame, not the things, but the soul you nurtured. The person you became, the world will try to distract you with noise, with approval, with endless chasing, but your soul isn't fooled. It sees through the surface. It doesn't want more stuff. It wants more meaning. It doesn't want more likes. It wants more love. It doesn't want to be popular. It wants to be real. So stop performing, stop pretending, start living. Start showing up, start choosing depth over drama, substance over surface, because the soul remembers what is true, not what is loud. It remembers the moments you stood by your values, even when it cost you. It remembers when you owned your mistakes instead of blaming others. It remembers when you helped others without expecting anything back. It remembers the courage to be yourself, even when it meant being alone. Your soul is your greatest judge and your greatest friend. It will never let you hide, but it will forgive when you try to be better. It will push you to grow, even when you want to stay the same. It will remind you that a life lived small is a life half lived. So Ask yourself again, what will your soul remember you for? Will it remember the fears you let control you? Or the risks you took to break free? Will it remember the lies you told? Or the truth you lived? Will it remember the moments you quit? Or the moments you fought? This moment right now is your chance to live a story worth remembering, because your soul doesn't care about yesterday. It cares about today, cares about the choices you make in this very moment. Will you choose courage? Will you choose love? Will you choose truth? Or will you choose comfort, fear, avoidance? The choice is yours, and it always will be. But know this, your soul is keeping score not in dollars, not in followers, but in integrity and kindness in the strength to be real. So live for the soul you want to remember, not for the crowd you want to impress. Your soul remembers your silence as much as your words. It remembers when you held back, when you feared judgment, when you played small. It remembers when you stood tall, when you spoke your truth, when you lived boldly. It remembers the moments you chose integrity over convenience, when you did the right thing even if no one noticed. Your soul remembers your kindness, not the grand gestures, but the small acts, the everyday compassion. It remembers the times you forgave, not because they asked, but because you needed peace. It remembers your strength, not the strength to win, but the strength to keep going when all seemed lost. Your soul remembers the moments you loved fiercely, without limits, without conditions. And it remembers when you let fear win, when you hid behind walls, when you stopped trying, because your soul wants growth. It wants transformation. It wants you to become more, not perfect, but whole, not famous, but free, not praised, but peaceful. So live with courage, live with heart, live with truth, because one day when this life ends, when the noise fades and you stand face to face with the deepest part of yourself, your soul will ask, what did you do with this life? And what will you say? Will you say you lived fully, or you lived safely? Will you say you loved deeply, or you held back? Will you say you fought for what mattered, or you gave up? The answer is yours to write every day, every moment, because your soul remembers and it never forgets.